Hello, I'm Trish with Crafting Whimsy, and I'm here today to share with you Junk Journal January, hosted by Meg at Meg Journals. And today is January 17th, and our prompt is called Fragile. And I looked up fragile on Google in the Cambridge Dictionary, and it said delicate and frail and damaged and broken and easily broken and weak, and it said a whole bunch of things like you would expect it to say. So I was thinking I'm gonna skip my pinky page. Whoops, sorry. I'm still getting used to it. I'm gonna use this page right here, and I got some supplies, a doily, some damaged or broken, what is this called? Vellum, some fragile, tin foil that I easily break. I also got an old book because it's very, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to say this, but it is like so cracky and so brittle. It's an old book. Oh, and I'm trying to think. It's about Louisville. And I'm looking for the date, and I do not see it. 1946. So it's pretty old. And so, yeah. And so, I'm sure, and I've already ripped some out, and it easily rips. Yeah. It's one of those books with the crackly paper. I'm going to move it out of our way. So I figured I'd do some collage, and then we'd add some fragile things. And so, do you hear it? It's the most, it's beautiful. This paper, the book page is beautiful. But at the same time, it's just, yeah. It's so tender. And that's the only word I can say. It's really a tender page. But here we go. We'll put the tender. And I don't think tender is fragile. But maybe. And I'm just loosely collaging. I'm loosely gonna... In this... Yeah. I can say that all tinfoil isn't built the same. Some tinfoil must be thicker than other tinfoil because it easily stays together. And then there's this. I should probably use... I ordered some more glue. This is my last one. And I had to give it to my husband. Then I had to tell him I want it back. I'm an Indian giver. Now you know. He needed some glue. And I said, oh yeah, I have glue. Well, and he hadn't used it yet. And I said, are you going to use my glue? And he said, no. I told you I didn't need it yet. I said, well, I need it. So I took it back. I'm moving the glue. I know on vellum you can really see it. It's not staying very well, is it? We gotta be careful or that'll just rip. Yes, it will. And I can move the glue right to the edge. Let me glue this edge. Maybe it'll hold that edge. Maybe. You don't know, but maybe. Maybe. You just never know. And we know how fragile everything is, right? So we're just being fragile or careful. And I know it's nothing. Oh, I put a hole right in it with my glue, just so you know. I sure did. Whoops. And I pulled that right off. I just don't want that to come off. And so I thought I might use some brown paper. It's got a few holes in it, but that's okay. Maybe it's damaged, it's folded up. You could call that damaged. And we will, and this of course is easily, I'm going to pick it up. Yep, that was a mistake. I make lots of them. And I guess I'm not afraid to show you all of them. Oh my heavens, I'm just a mess. So there's our page. There is our beautiful page. It's all purpley glue. It'll be dry in a minute. Let me close up this glue before it, you know, becomes a big mess. You can see that. It's underneath there, but that's okay. And we need a focal point for our beautiful collage with our fragile things. And I was thinking of flowers. Petals, flower petals are very fragile. And so I have lots of flowers. And I have lots of flower, what do you call these things? They're not stickers, but they're, you know, these. Look at how pretty. They're, birds are not fragile. Birds are very resilient. But those flowers are pretty. And you know, butterflies are very fragile. If, for instance, you, I'm looking, there's a blue, that blue one's pretty, but so is that yellow one. Okay, is that the only two we have? Yes, blue and yellow. Okay, so I'm thinking, because butterflies are fragile, maybe we just want butterflies. If you touch their wings, I taught second grade near the end of my career, and we did science, and when we did science, we did butterflies. We raised them, and they were special butterflies because they hatched in like 3 weeks. So we got cocoons. Oh, I'm sorry. We got caterpillars, and the next thing we know, they were in a cocoon, and then the next thing you know, they were a butterfly. I called them all butters. Oh, usually they all lived, and then every morning I would come into school, and one would be dead. And they would die off one at a time, except the last one would always have the will to live. And we would leave him out in our class because I was crazy. He would land on me. He would follow me around, and he would land on my finger especially. The kids just loved him. Butters, his name was Butters. You think Butters is gonna, you know, and I showed him how he had a little proboscis, his little tongue that ate up the sugar water, because we fed him sugar water, and I showed him how we did that. Science was one of my favorite things to teach, because kids are little sponges. They remember everything. But if you touch their wings, and this really hit home to some of them, if you touch the butterfly wings, guess what? They break, and then they can't fly. They're very fragile. So if a butterfly ever lands on you, and you touch their wings, you damaged the wings, and they're so fragile, they'll die. And so we used to love our butterflies in second grade. So fun. So they're very fragile little insects. And there they are. So there's my day of fragile. And I have, yes, I have my date stamp. Let's see what I did with it. That is not dates. I'm pretty sure that this is my date stamp. Today is the 17th. And today, it's so exciting. Today is my, I have one son. He's not lonely anymore. But today's his birthday. So he's 17. No, today is the 17th. He is, how old is he? 31. He's old today. He's 31. So he was happy to hear from me this morning. I hope I didn't do it upside down. Nope. January 17, right there. So there we go. There's our day of fragile. All the things that are fragile in my craft room. I am so happy you joined me. I hope you liked my video, and you liked me discussing and telling you all about the things that are fragile in our business, in our world. And I hope you have a happy crafty day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.